I bid do widzenia to Silesia and head across the country to Pomerania and the Tricities of Gdansk, Gdynia and Sopot.
Żeby takimi porazami może.
I'm in the Stary Port or Old Port district of Nowy Port or New Port. I know it's a little confusing. It was established as a Prussian port in the late 18th century after the Prussians took control of this region, but the main port was still controlled by Poland. As modernization set in, the new area of the neighborhood became known as New Port and this area became known as Old Port. But then in the aftermath of World War I, the Poles ended up losing control of their port when Gdansk became a free city and they ended up establishing a new one in nearby Gdynia. Yeah, I will say this neighborhood does have a little bit of a typical Eastern European vibe. Although it may look a bit rough, it's a great place to come if you want to experience traditional Prussian architecture as well as the real Poland. Oh, that man right there is a chimney sweep. There's such a rare sight in Poland that there's a local superstition that says if you see one and grab your button, it'll bring you good luck. So right here we have a cobblestone street. There aren't very many as left. Poland also has its fair share of crazy drivers. This tree right here is called a weeping willow.
You're gonna stay there forever?
This is nice. I'm in the coastal neighborhood of Brzezno and right here we have the Brzezno Park. Right in behind those trees over there you can see an old war bunker. There are a lot of them scattered around and these bunkers date to the Prussian period. Come over here because I want to show you something. See this I'm standing on right here? This is called peat. It's basically a layer of decomposing matter. Here you can actually find some amber. The water is freezing. I guess the locals are used to it, but it's not any cooler than our California ocean.
Ooh! Freezing! Yeah. Wow!
Yeah, one summer when I was here as a kid, there were jellyfish all over this beach. Brzezno pier. Here's the beach. Over there you can see Sopot and Gdynia is over there. Wow. And this beach is actually about 6 miles. It starts here, this region is known as Brzeźno. It runs through here, then it continues all the way over there and near Sopot, somewhere near Sopot, Gdynia, somewhere over there, and then another beach starts. People swimming, it's not even that warm out, there's a bit of a wind, but people are swimming anyways because for the Poles this is considered warm weather, but for us Californians it's still a little cool to be swimming. I really wish I'd taken a picture because this restaurant here serves the biggest freaking fish I'd ever seen. Right here we have a beautiful example of traditional Prussian era architecture. A fun way to get around the Tri-City area is by bicycle, and today I'm biking the 3 miles from Brzezno to Sopot. Guys, we're still in Brzezno, and right here we have a small creek. Listen guys, we have a small creek emptying it out into the Gulf of Gdansk right here. We made another small stop on the beach and we're nearing our destination. This is the cool looking building is the Sopot Museum. It's a restored Serenia and
It's like a mansion.
Yeah, today it's some guy's house. We've arrived in Sopot and right here we have a beautiful evangelical church. This is the evangelical church of Augsburski. This church was built between 1913 and 1919. Poland is actually the most devout country in Europe. Poland is actually Catholic, so evangelical churches are indeed a rare sight. Behind me is the Grand Hotel, built between 1924 and 1927, and some famous hotel guests included Egyptian actor Omar Sharif, former French President Charles de Gaulle, Vladimir Putin, and even Fidel Castro and Adolf Hitler stayed here. There are over 38 million people in Poland, and most of them like to spend their summer vacation on their own coast, as this is actually the most popular stretch of coastline on the entire Baltic Sea. And now this still isn't so bad, but there are some days when the people are literally right next to each other and there's just no place at all. That's how crowded the beaches here get.
You can go inside this up. Look up there.
This beautiful building, the Church of St. George, it was built in the year 1901 and it's the most beautiful church in Sopot. Yeah, Poland was the only Soviet bloc country where Mass was still conducted. The church was designed by a German architect and is regarded as one of the most beautiful in the entire Tri-City area. Sopot Pier, the longest wooden pier in Europe. This is what a typical European campground looks like. There is no actual designated sites, you just pay then set up wherever there's space. I'm in Gdynia. It's a port city located in the Tri-City area, and this neighborhood is known as Orlowo, and it's one of the richest neighborhoods in the Tri-City area. I'm on the pier in Orłowo, and behind me you can see the Orłowskie cliffs, and at 295 feet they are the highest cliffs in Pomerania. Okay. Behind me is Domek Jaromskiego, and Jaromski was a famous Polish writer, and this is where he lived, in this house right here. And right here we actually have a fishing station, and behind me you can see some traditional Pomeranian fishing boats. They're known for their beautiful colors. These ones have been decorated with flags. If you're into colorful and decorated boats, visit the nearby town of Putsk during the annual fisherman's pilgrimage each June. Wow, beautiful and remote this beach is. In that direction behind you is Sopot and Gdansk, and this is without a doubt the most beautiful stretch of this beach, and the most beautiful stretch of beach on the entire Pomeranian coast. Because no other beaches in Pomerania have cliffs like this, but the only bad thing about it is that this place reeks of fish, but if you can get past that, it's really quiet, and this is a really rugged and remote beach and a nice place to come to relax and feel you're in nature a little bit to get out of the city. And there's actually a trail that goes through the woods all the way up to those cliffs, and that's where we're gonna go next. Well, right down there you can see the beach we were just at. Oh yeah. What's in
Do wody wrzucono wieńce takie jak...
Now this region we're hiking through right now is called the Kępa Radłowska Reserve. Here a long narrow strip of land right there, that's the hell pit. Six-mile stretch of beach that we've been exploring for the past few days has ended, and now we're approaching another beach in Gdynia.
The biggest
Recliner.
beach recliner.
I zasnąć nie mogę. Poranne wiadomości tuż.
Kasa na start.